All right, we're live there. Let's let everybody get in here. There it is. Oh, we got all sorts of cool people coming in. It's a good day.
Oh yeah, nice.
Okay, just kind of give you guys a minute. It's woof.
Want the chat up there? Oh, all right.
Pouring in. I definitely got a few requests before this for us recording. So I believe there'll be a recording of this. We can send this out. So no worries there. Good to see you, Alex. I told you I was going to call you out. I see you on there. So good to see you, Chris. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, guys, let's get kicked off. Okay, Phil, you want to pop on our first slide there?
Yes.
And that's not it.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Come on, give me a break. This is not my. Go ahead.
I know. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. One of the things we wanted to start off this year with was really just getting in front of everybody and kind of letting you see the team on the kind of sales side there and of what we're doing with Facepay, kind of introduce ourselves if you haven't met us, show you a demo of 3.0, going to show you Facepay Capital pretty quick in the explanation of that also. So it's going to be a fairly quick demo as far as the different pieces we're going to cover. I wanted to let you know also, this is a sales demo. So please ask questions. At the end of this, I will give you an offer and I'll ask you to join the family. I see a lot of family members are here already. And one of the reasons for this is, we do a lot of educational webinars. And the funny thing is we get feedback that's like, hey, you didn't show us Facepay. Like I came to see Facepay. Well, here's the funny thing is then we go into a Facepay demo webinar and I have people go, well, if I wanted a demo, I would call you. So today, right up front, demo webinar. Let's dive into some really great things and understand where we're going. Well, I already told you guys over this last hour, I'm really excited about slide 4. Let's dive in. So Phil, jump us to our next one there. Wait, Phil, back it up. So excited today. Let me introduce Phil Jackson, director. Go back one. Phil Jackson, director of customer success at Facepay, and we have Jess, accounting executive at Facepay. Most everybody is talking to Jess, and he's the one who's really calling everybody too. So,
and I threw my name and number and email out there in the chat, so they've already got it.
Excellent. So we're going to kind of go through the process, show you guys what each one of us handles in Facepay, and kind of just show you what the process is going to be like, kind of joining the family. So now let's jump to the next one.
There we go.
There we go. We're off and running. Real important. What are we looking at on the slide here? And you've seen this a little bit. You can Google it. We have links if you need links. Visa and Mastercard are going to increase the credit card processing rate. They waited till 2022. There's a lot going on over this last year, a lot of things impacting us, and there was a lot of things that we needed some relief. Well, relief's over, and the issue with that is they have to catch up with a lot of what they lost. Now, so you're seeing that in rent control, you're seeing that in food, you're seeing that in gas, all these different things. And so guess what? Visa and Mastercard have publicly said it. They're telling us exactly when it's going to be, April, that there is an increase. And in some of the cards, we're talking 0.5. That's a lot. It directly impacts the bottom line. So let's kind of dive in. Next slide there, Phil. What do we do? What does Facepay do? Let's get to that real quick. Very, very simple. You could say it's similar to ACH. You could say it's similar to a guaranteed check. What it's most like is a money order, because when the consumer signs up, takes them a minute and 10 seconds, they hit the button, the money leaves their bank, and it is on the way to your bank, same day clearing. Okay, literally that instantaneous, almost instantaneous, bank to bank. Go to the next slide. So when we talk about that, we look at without Facepay. That's what most of you have right now. You have somebody that's utilizing credit cards by 90% or even higher. Most shops I talk to are actually probably higher a little bit than they're utilizing credit cards. And here's where I want you to kind of understand our mission, where we're going. So if I talked to you 30 years ago, okay, and kind of dating myself, dad owned a gas station. I talked to you 30 years ago and I said, in 30 years, you won't be using cash, nearly no cash. You don't even need a cash drawer. Really. You're going to dislike even having a cash drawer, and you're going to predominantly be having a percentage taken off of every dollar that you earn. That's what the future is going to be. You would have said, I'm crazy. There's no way. Why would we want that? How have we gotten to this place where every time you guys earn a dollar, somebody steps out of the shadows and takes a cut? I get on the phone with shop owners, and it's weird to kind of talk at how we culturally got in this mentality. They say, I don't want to take cash. I don't want to have a big cash drawer. Wow. Like it's more of, I have now somehow mentally subscribed to, I need to use that credit card. There needs to be a cut taken off of every single dollar that I earned. So with that, there was a place in the market. There was a place to be highly disruptive and go after these credit card processing fees. Before Facepay, nothing to talk about. With your coaching, line items, we go to the credit card processing fee, nothing. I mean, maybe you could negotiate a rate over a couple of years or something like that, but for the most part, nothing we can do, okay? Facepay hits the market, and when you simply just check the consumer in, okay, very, very easy process. Jess is going to show you live here in just a minute. Simply check them in. There's been a move that 45% are using. It's basically like virtual cash. They're using Facepay instantly, bank to bank, okay? And when you see that, when the shop experiences it and they watch that happening, I mean, I watch all day long. I'm seeing people put, $7,200 through a big transmission job, the other day, $2,500 here, $1,000 there, $56. It's amazing to watch and to see the shops transition and start attacking and realizing, how did we get here? Now, part of it is the ease. It needed to be easy. It's easy. It's not really that easy, because you pull out the credit card. It's nasty. Just so you guys know, like Google, actually don't Google it. Just take my word, because it's really gross. This credit card processing machine, this thing is a petri dish of nastiness. And then when you Google what your credit card, the actual petri dish of that, it was nasty the first time I looked. So it's not even healthy. The contact part of it is gross. Even before all the COVID stuff, it's heck of nasty. We don't want that. So that thing is an archaic old brick, and in other countries doesn't even exist. They're literally doing the tap to pay, or they're utilizing something. WeChat Pay is an example in other countries. WeChat Pay is Facepay in other countries. So they literally just hit the button. It exists, and they are doing amazing. We are behind. We're behind. So when you look too, people have money. People are buying TVs. They're buying things. They have it. And what we wanted to do was, our focus has been in the automotive industry to bring the cash into the automotive industry and make it easy. It's got to be very, very easy for the customer. Last thing to think of before I hand it over to Jess here for a second is, think about it. is Facepay becomes that full platform that has all the different things. I can't name all of our new releases this year because they'll give it kind of away, but we're almost to a point where all you need is Facepay. You don't need, you won't need the credit card processing companies. You won't. And there'll be a point in the future where even Bitcoin will be connected up. A very small amount of people may use it, but we're going to cover every base. And now that we've added Facepay Capital, which I'll talk right there at the end, that's another piece there too. So kind of set the stage for you, Jess. I love hearing you show the product and show us this thing. What does this thing do?
You know what? It's amazing.
Sharing, and then you can
try to make me buy it, Jess. I'll think about it.
You know what? It's so easy. It's so easy to do this. I'm going to hit, I have to be disabled there, Phil.
You got it.
And I love that slide because it really shows that credit to cash profile. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why would you want more credit cards? And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we got to that credit cards because it was convenient at the time, like you said, but now it's convenient to do cash. It's more convenient and there's less middlemen. So how are we going to make that happen? Here's a dashboard. There's only 3 buttons on the whole dashboard. I love it. It's simple. That's what's great. And let me just explain the layout. On the left side, that's the customers that have already signed up with Facepay. On the right, those are payments that have come through on Facepay. Done. That's all you care about, right? That's all we need to know. How do you invite them? We have a check-in. I'm just going to use it right here. My phone number. Normally I ask for one of you to send a link, and that's all we're sending to this customer, right? We can do that in mass. Phil can tell you, we can do campaigns, simple, they get it out there. Here's where it shows up right on my phone. I could click this link right here and it opens up. This is live, Facepay.io. It opens up the website itself to do a sign up, and here's an amount, Auto Hero, which is cool. It's easy. That is just to get them signed up. Now they're here. They're part of this new culture of paying you direct bank to bank. What if you have your repair order done and you're ready to send it? It's pay by text, right? Put their phone number in there, put the amount of the repair order, bam, send it. What's really nice about this is they can already be signed up and they're just logging, approving the amount to send, done. Or what about the parents, grandparents? I mean, you've worked in the shops that are paying for the vehicle, but they're not there. It's a student's car. Someone else is going to pay the bill. Hey, can that parent or grandparent or other person pay the bill bank to bank using Facepay? Because it's the invitation as well, if they're not already signed up. And of course, if they're already signed up with Facepay, you have this authorized checkout, simple amount, ready to go. It's accepting that authorized payment. And for those shops that are doing subscriptions, right, where you're offering a monthly fee for a tiered service to cover all the maintenance on a vehicle, we do offer subscription, and it's a nice component because it allows you to do an automated monthly billing for that subscription service, and we can customize this to fit whatever tier levels that you have, whether it's gold, platinum, silver, or basic deluxe, whatever it is, we can customize that for you. So that's simple. Those are the only buttons that exist on here, and you'll see the payment come through right away, or you'll see the payment not come through. You know when you can give the keys away or not, or you know that you can accept this payment and then they can pick up the car later. I know the best part about this is cutting out the extra fees, because with remote payments, you get the card not present fee right on top. Bad thing. Not in addition, once you have a card not present, you have the risk up to 120 days for a chargeback. None of that exists with Facepay because it's bank to bank. And a nice little feature that we added to the dashboard was making sure you've got a ticker up here of amounts that you're saving versus credit cards, and then amount that you're total processing. Very nice to have. Now you want that feel good moment, keeping track of what you got. I appreciate it. I know my dad would have loved this. He owned a service station for 20 years. I grew up pumping gas and cleaning windshields on a little step stool and trying to earn tips that way. That was back in the day when we emptied ashtrays out of the cars. So forgive me for being a little dated about that. But this is the simplicity of it. And Phil's going to show you how we make it work, how we get you ramped up to full success. You're going to have immediate success in month one, and he's going to ramp you up and get you ultimately to big savings, because we have tons of testimonials now of giant savings. What? Rod's Japanese Auto. Can we talk about that for a sec? I don't want to steal anybody's thunder.
Yeah, I'll talk about Brittany at Rod's and a couple of other guys. So, Jess, thank you. Let me just go ahead and share my screen.
I was going to butt in real quick, go off our script there, but just Jess. So one thing Jess always educates me on is keeping me up to date what he's hearing with the conversations of the shop owners. And it's funny because we're so excited about the 3.0, what we're looking at too. There's a couple of things in the background that we talked about earlier. We need to make sure that we cover. The sign up now this is the 3.0 version. So the ease for the consumer is the easiest it's ever been. It is smooth. It is, those of you who are on 1.0, you really were the early adopters. You really believed in our vision, and you really helped us debug and look through things and some of the bumpiness that doesn't exist in 3.0. It's just, it's very, very smooth. Along with that, we had upgrades we had to do for the service riders. Service riders needed to be very, very smooth, cutting out different steps, or actually, just adding more technology so everything was faster and smoother. So 3.0 is this is the premium. This is our diamond out there. One of the things Jess always kind of goes, hey, you know something that the shops keep bringing up, you keep saying, is the fact that what you were just saying there, as far as there's no no risk, you were just saying, as far as there's
no risk, no back charge risk.
Yeah, that the shops are telling us to lead with that. And it's not saying, it's like, how many times do you have back charges? I guess the shops, or maybe when they do, they have it once, it's so annoying that it really bothers them. So when they understand that, right now the system you're on, I'd drive around the corner with use a credit card, stop payment, all this nightmare stuff that goes on, stop payment on a check. I mean, there's all this stuff that doesn't exist with Facepay. You're going to do the right thing. But right now, if you ever had to go to small claims court, you have to go there and fight to get your money, which they have. Mm-hmm. With Facepay, it's not that way. The money is in your bank.
One more story, Todd, was I did talk to a shop owner, and he fought. He had records. He had all kinds of proof that his charges were valid, true, had even the text approvals during using his DVI. And the credit card company sided with the customer anyway. I went, that's nuts. Like, why should it even be an issue?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be, right? And I get it. Credit cards they're going to phase out. Mm-hmm, bank to bank is going to be the way it is. That's the future. Start now, save money now.
Kind of in the background, so everybody knows, like, the credit card processing companies, they're terrified of us. That we need credit card processors. Some people are going to use a card. It's all right. We got no fear. We'll shake our hand, come have dinner with us. They hate us. It is like nothing we've ever seen. Like it is really weird. We've gone to trade shows, and when I say terrified, I've never seen anything like this. And I think I see Mr. Buckley there on there. I remember a conversation with him. He just kind of laughed and he said, Todd, you're disrupting, you're messing with people's real money. This is big money. And we're just bringing virtual cash back. I mean, hey, whatever. So Bill, what happens after? They're on board. I'll show the sign up at the end. They head over to the adopt system. Rock it.
Yeah, if I could just finish off that thought, I think with all the vendors and everybody that's involved and everybody we've met along the way, in my eyes, we all want the same thing, right? And it's for these, all our businesses and everything is designed to make shops more profitable, to make processes easier. So we all should want the same thing. We want you guys to save money, and we now are offering, as Todd alluded to, the real first alternative to this credit card processing payment right now. And they both alluded it to we're not going to get 100% of your customer base right away. And you see on my goals and best practices here what our goals are. So just from math purposes, if you bear with me here, say you've got 200 customers a month, you see. Okay, if we can get 20 of those going through Facepay within that first month, awesome, right? Say your average ticket price is $500. We're going to put $10,000 through Facepay. Okay, at 2%, that is going to save you substantial money month one. Then we're going to go month 3, month 6, 25%, 50%. You see my numbers here. So we work with you to set your goals, your realistic goals, to get us where we want to be, right? And Jess and Todd both talked about it. Our goal is to kind of phase out your credit card paying customers. That's not going to happen overnight. What we've got case studies showing. So the longer you're on board with us and the more you put into this, I have a shop who has 750 of his guests signed up for Facepay. Now you imagine those guys coming back 2 to 3 times a year and spending their average ticket price. It's just crazy when we talk about those kind of numbers. So the longer you're on, if you stick with these best practices, you're going to be into saving a ton of money. So as Jess signs you and sends you over to myself for some setup, what we do is we train you and we talk about these goals, right? So, and then you say to me, well, how do we get there? So we've just recently put this new acronym together called ADOPT. So you simply adopt Facepay, right? So one of our best practices is to automate signups, right? We want to make it as easy as we can for your service team at the front desk. So with a lot of the systems, we can automate that check-in text that's going out. Okay, so all that does is ask customers to sign up. You can mention it in person because you are the front counter guys are the ones with a relationship. We are not asking you to sell Facepay. We are simply asking you to offer it as the preferred method of payment. Option number 1, if they choose to go down the regular route, the route that you have in place right now with credit cards, that is fine, right? But what we're asking you to do, our number 1 shops, they simply offer it to all their customers. Okay, you'll be surprised on how many people want to help you. You'll be surprised on how many people accept. So number 1 way we do that is automate signups. We ask you to describe Facepay simply, which me and my team will help you do that. We'll give you some little cheat sheets for you to hand out to your customers. Again, very, very straightforward. Couple of our shops, and it's not a necessity, offer some form of incentives. We have one of our shops that is offering an extra year's warranty for all customers that pay via Facepay. From an industry point of view, if you're at 24 and 2 years on your warranty, offering that extra year, not too many people take advantage of that, but it is a big sell for your customer base, right? So if you can offer some kind of incentive, that often helps. We found you don't need it. Again, people are willing to help you. Those customers that can really want to help, and they want to understand that, or they don't always understand that 2-3% that you're getting charged for them using that credit card.
Yeah, there's customers that definitely love to help the shop owners.
And that's one of the things I push, right? I speak honestly. Before I started working with Facepay, I had no idea that these small businesses were taking on those fees. So when you go and you're paying a big ticket, if they can help out, and this is one of the things I talk about with each shop, there's no one size fits all. We are so open. We have some shops that are using it for big tickets, right? Transmission shops using it for big tickets that customers, you only have to save a couple of those big tickets and you're saving money. We have people that run it to get their customers on board with an incentive oil change. We have people that are using it for after hours pickup, which comes back to Jess's point about being a guaranteed payment. There are so many ways we can make this successful for you. What I do and my team do, we learn about your business, we learn about your average ticket price, we learn about your processes, and we just simply ask Facepay to be part of those processes, right? If I finish off the ADOPT acronym, the prioritize Facepay payments, that again comes from asking this to be the preferred method of payment, the number one option. Again, we have option number 2 and number 3, but we want to be the number one option because it saves you the most money. And then after that check-in text, you'll see your customers come in and sign up. All you're doing is simply checking them out. And now convenience factor for your service team at the front counter, convenience factor for the customer who can then come and pick up your vehicle. We're called relational payments because that will lead you to being back in the shop. I think 95% of the people are back in the shop right now. You can have a conversation about what their kids are doing this weekend, whether their young son has got a soccer team. You can get back to that relational payments, which is what we call, you can get back to that relationship, which you guys do best. So
Hey, Phil,
you go ahead.
You got a question pop up here in the chats, talking about one of the big successes that we've had and how they presented the different payment options to the customer.
Yeah. So first of all, good question. It's one of the questions I get asked a lot. So I, again, defer to you on how you feel your customer will take it. One of the things we can offer is convenience for customers. There is ultra security. All the payments go through blockchain technology, which some people are comfortable with because they have the knowledge, and some people aren't. What I will tell you, it is the most secure payment for the customer as well as the shop. Okay, there's never any details get shared with regards to banking information. It is as secure as it can get, right? And then on top of that, like we just talked about, they sell it because they're a small business. A lot of people take tremendous pride in doing business with small businesses, and any way they can help their local mom and pop shop by saving them some percentage fees, they can. Some of our shops pass those savings on to our customers. Some of our shops, I know we've got Brittany on webinars saying this, she is using Facepay's savings, to pay for her staff to have healthcare. Now, if that's not a good success story, I don't know what is. So it is completely up to you with how you pass on those payments. For me, I would incentivize customers to do so because I'd rather give my hard-earned money back to my customer who is coming into my business than I would to give to some mystery middleman.
I'll cover in there kind of because Greg, you asked a great question, so I'll give you a little bit more detail so everybody kind of understands, because I've talked to multiple shops, heard a couple different ways. Again, you guys are always looking at different ways to do things, and how can we do better than the year before is really the thing we're looking for. So at a Christian Brothers automotive shop in Texas, Oklahoma, come on board. And we talked about it. He was really looking at passing on all of the fees to the consumer. And he just was frustrated with how the fees kept increasing and all of those things. But his fear was that he would lose customers. And so in my discussion with him, okay, kind of go along the journey with me real quick. My discussion with him is I thought, myself, if you were to pass that on, I would be pissed. I probably wouldn't do business with you. But here's the thing. I had to use a moving company. We relocated. And in that, if I was to use a credit card, right there it showed I was going to get charged. It's like 3.9% if I used a credit card. I had to use a portion of it as far as, for us moving. He just straight up, if you want to use cash, okay, and it was I could write a personal check and I don't know, there was all this goofiness, but he wanted me to use a credit card, and then the fee was passed on to me, okay? Then I recently also saw a medical facility, and in there they had this same thing where the fee was listed right there, and it said that's going to be passed on to you, to the consumer. I had some housework done, okay? Give me 3 choices. I could put it on a credit card. I could, again, I could write a personal check, and they would have to do all this stuff and have to wait, to get that to go through. And, I really broke it down. But again, if I'm using a credit card or a debit card, all of the fees are passed on to me. And it actually showed what they were going to be. So that was tough. That was tough for me to really take a look at it and go, that's out there. How can I did business with all those people. So my mindset changed. Now along comes Brittany at Rod's Japanese. I'm about 7 minutes into the demo. She goes, nope, sign me up. She goes, this fixes a problem I have. Love it. And I said, well, okay. So we actually spent the next 20 minutes having her educate me on what she was doing. She said, the credit card fees are out of control. They're going to keep going up. She goes, I'm having to kind of almost track when people are using these premium cards in all the different extra perks and stuff. Like the shop is paying for those. So she said, nope, I'm done with it. If you want to pay with a credit card, it says right there, here's what the fee is going to be. Okay. And if you'd like to pay with cash, here's what the fee would be. But she said it was harder for people with the cash. The cash wasn't easy. And I was like, wow. So I asked her, are you losing customers? Okay. Because of this. She said, if I am, they're not really my customers. We're having the best year we've ever had, the most profitable year they've ever had. And, we are newly awarded the ATI Diamond spot. There's only 5 vendors in the all vendors that are actually awarded the Diamond spot. So, which is really big. And the reason they did is it affects the gross profit lift of the shop, which Brittany is a top ATI shop. And this is exactly what Facepay did. So she put it in place. Her customers adopted it absolutely, just were like, awesome. I just click a button and pay. I don't want to pay with a credit card. Well, the savings were so much that what she did is she then paid for it, as long as, that everybody's, utilizing Facepay, got the whole company behind it. She paid for all of their medical insurance. And that, we were on a webinar. I said, can I quote you on this? This is, that it's incredible. So really, really awesome. And when I look at that, it's working. So I want to give this advice out there, is that every shop is different. We always talk about it. We're always trying to figure out that silver bullet with Facepay. And every area is different. Everybody does things a little bit differently. Everybody's using different systems. So there isn't exactly one perfect way. But I will say, I am now a believer that if I owned a shop, talk to me 6 months ago, I would not have been a believer. I would now pass the fee. I would not pay fees anymore. I'm done paying that. And I'm seeing that more and more with shops. So it's really, here is your payment options. So
yeah, Todd, if I can with that, just very quickly, I think I'm always along your same lines. Like, I would hate to have been on the receiving end of that as a customer. But if you are offering an alternative method where it's 0%, like a cash or money order or Facepay, obviously, I think it's much more justifiable when you're offering them an alternative. When there's no alternative and you're just smacking the fee on there, I think. But what Brittany's doing is she's offering these other alternatives, like Facepay being one of them, and I think that's where you kind of keep that credibility, right?
Yeah, solid credibility, definitely.
I love Alex. Great point. Here's the thing that's really, really interesting. Because Alex was saying, hey, some of these folks have really great rewards cards. Okay. Now I look at some of the rewards cards I have, and when do I use them, and a lot of those things. And so think of it this way, is that culturally, and if we really attack the automotive segment, okay, they may have to use a credit card to go vacation, buy a house thing, whatever, something like that. I don't care what they use it with, just don't use it in the auto. We want your cash. They have cash. They do. Maybe they don't have cash for every single thing there is out there, but they do have cash. As far as the rewards go too, they are, yeah, hey, I want to do the rewards, but you're paying. So I had somebody tell me, they said, listen, my customers are used to using the cards and the rewards. And I said, okay. And I said, and you just told me you pay $60,000 in fees. The shop is in Tennessee. I'm not going to tell you what city it is, but $60,000 in fees. And I said, do you realize the conversation we're having? You're actually kind of arguing with me in defense of your customers, and you are paying $60,000 in fees. You're paying the rewards cards. Like, we got to change our thinking. And you're going to see this team. This team is growing. I see Wed's on here. We just hired Wed, Dr. Hale, Frankie, I can see Matthew. I mean, our team is growing. And, every day somebody new is coming on board. We're not going to stop. We're just going to keep hitting it home that this mentality, we give it a try. And so one thing I just asked Alex is, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. And if the customer absolutely will not, get off of their rewards card, it's okay. That's why that's why. And you know what? I want you to shop the best rate out there. Go after them. Tell them you can get aggressive with them. I know they'll do 1.6 or lower. I know they will. Their gig is up. It's done. It's 2.0 and up that they're taking from you guys. 2.6. I had a shop the other day. It's 2.6. Like, right out of 7. That is nuts. Who is paying 2.6? Like, the gig's up. It's done. I'm sorry. It's a credit card processing companies. They're in a race to zero. Horrible business model. Sorry for you guys. I'm going to keep hammering you home, and I'm going to keep killing your profits. And I'm not going to stop. So they just have to keep undercutting each other. That's all they can do. So it's our next slide there, Phil.
Yep, they're just about.
You can see I'm passionate about it because the other part of it that happened, it's just another one for us to just put in place and just keep having all of the components to it. Was Facepay Capital. I had shops asking, hey, can you guys, get us access to capital? And we watched some shops, now as they're saving money. What if Brittany, I mean, she needs to give it to her employees as far as the medical, but some shop owners may use the savings for equipment. They may use it for shop growth. All this, every single shop I talk to is having the most profitable. Let me rephrase it. They're having the best year they've ever had as far as money hitting the bank account. Best years, phenomenal, amazing growth. But when they're diving in, and I'm talking to the different coaching companies, it's where they're really going in and going, are they having the most profitable year? Okay, is the profits there? Because more they make, the more they take. There's all these little things. Everybody's chipping away at my good old shop owners. And remember, I was a tech for 15 years. I worked in a shop for 15 years. I was a service writer terribly for about 6. And I worked at the parts counter for, I don't know, about 6 months there. It wasn't my thing. I wasn't too good at it. I was way better as a tech. And when I really break into that and see how I know it's oil fees, it's now the uniform fees, they just keep chipping away. And now there's going to be a credit card processing fee increased. So we need to get to things that are reversing that. And Facepay is one of those. So just to let you know, there's an easy button. I think Jess was right up there, right-hand corner when you showed the platform. Click on it. Easy for capital. What's the advantage with us? You know what? Since you get set up on the secure financial platform of Facepay, it actually gives us a little bit of clout to help push some financing through. I had shops at 20,000, 300,000, 500,000. I got one at 2.2 million. Don't know if that one's getting approved. We'll see. But I have all across the board. I can go up to 10 million, and I think like as low as like 5K, I don't know. So that kind of thing, but it exists. We're going to keep looking at ways that we can, because what I want is, I want the customers to get away from credit cards, because they're going to get stuck in a long-term cycle of paying high fees. Once they're stuck in that cycle, by the time they need to come back to you for the next large repair, they're barely paid off that credit card. And if they aren't stuck in that process, those of you who follow Dave Ramsey, you understand exactly what we're subscribing to. They actually have more cash long-term to spend on more repairs. So holistically, culturally, it's better. Not we got a little bit of work to do. We got to keep after it. But really, that is our mission. Let's jump over. What's our next slide there, Phil?
Hey, Phil, one question popped up there on the time it takes to get the customer signed up and paid.
Oh
yeah, good one.
Let's pop there. Hey, can
we often skip it because it's so fast in our brain, but we should be specific for this webinar.
Yeah.
Can you give me the share screen, and then
yeah, just back to the last slide. So I know you want to get the others. So I'll stop my share. To answer that question, a good question. Again, it's one that I answer pretty much every single time. It's between 1 and 2 minutes, one-time sign up for the customer. Never any fees for the customer. Again, I touched on the security, but 1 to 2 minutes. Customer goes in, they enter some basic information, email address, password, create. And then they go in. The final step is they select their bank that they would like to use. It's all done through Plaid technology, and it's all done again securely through there. So 1 to 2 minutes, one time.
Whoever asked that, do you want to give me your cell phone? I know everybody's going to see it, so you might get a call from a couple shop owners. But I'm watching right now for chat or question and answers. Pops the cell phone in. I'll actually send it to you. Take 2 seconds. Be right to you. I mean,
yeah, I know he wants to see maybe the whole cycle of sign up.
Whole cycle, yeah. I actually, for myself, let's see. Whoops. Put my own cell phone in there.
From the demo dashboard, you obviously won't be able to go through as a
exactly. It's gonna be a live dashboard.
We're not gonna be able to do that for security reasons, you know.
But we do have a video. We do have a video of the customer flow on our YouTube channel that we're happy to share with you. It will literally take you through step by step. Again, it's a long video. So
3 seconds. I put mine in as far as check-in goes. I time myself. You know, I might be faster than the average person because I work with the technology every day. It took me 52 seconds. So I mean, that's just faster than Uber, faster than DoorDash. I mean, we've looked at, that was one of the things we were really proud on, is to be faster than all the other technologies out there. So that was really big. Let's see. I guess let's open it. Any other questions? And hey, Jess, did you cover subscriptions?
Yeah, I did. I did cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at any other questions? We're at the 44-minute mark.
You know, I will say this. It doesn't pertain too much in the automotive industry, but other industries have there is a way to break up and installments similar to subscriptions. I think subscriptions really hits home for automotive.
Yeah, very true. Very true. That's a major one there.
And if you, I didn't really hit it. If you do need a download, I mean, your payment information, your process is the same work process you use for cash. We're cash, right? So how do you really handle a Facepay payment and integrate it in your system? Whatever method you use for cash, you use that. Simple. And if you need a download report from here, we've got a QuickBooks format. That's easy. But you're gonna close out your monthlies like you always do from your regular software system using a cash method.
Yeah. Yep. So let me, like I said, openly sales demo showing you, even our new UI too. It's just the financial platform is just going to keep developing and evolving. So how much does it cost? How do we make money? How much is Facepay? So let's just break it down, jump right in and show you. Phil, I think you're going to put a link in. I'm going to tell you what we're doing as far as, you know, getting people registered. We'd love you to join the family, and we'd love to show you exactly, you know, what we're doing and experience the savings. So real simple. It's $99 a month. I don't care if you put 4,000 through or 50,000 through. You want to put 20,000 through later today? Be my guest. Okay. I'm telling you right now, the credit card companies are terrified of us. There's no hidden fees, no cost to the customer. It's $99 a month. That's it. It's one flat fee. So when I look at shops right now that have to date, you know, 46,000 through on $99. I mean, it's why we're always smiling, because this is a great time, great place to be, and amazing to be right there in the disruption. There is an add-on which you can add on the subscription if you want. If you know, you can do it at a later time, but it's just something to think of. Even if we can just get some basic types of subscriptions going, I feel that, I mean, there's a subscription now with everything, and it does bring the floor up a little bit as far as the base for the shop. If we can get some basic, you know, oil change subscription or something to that effect. At this time, you just get instant access to Facepay Capital. So click the button, you can jump right in there. We do have 2 fees. The first one is hard cost, because we have to verify that you are a real business due to the Patriot Act. It's $25. What I am doing now, just get rid of that. Phil has a one-time training fee, you know, you know, when I say one-time, meaning sometimes we get everybody trained and then we got a new service writer that's like 30 days in. So we're having to redo it. So when I say one time, that's the one time. Right now, we're actually not doing, for everybody kind of jumping in here, we're not going to do the one time. And then also to get you going is we're not going to charge you till April. What we're doing is I need to get you guys going before this fee hits. So when the rate increase hits, I want you guys to already be getting those folks transitioned so you can just offset that. Our big push really is we open up this quarter and we watch, people are getting letters about rate increases recently. I mean, different things miscategorized as a wrong business and all sorts of funky stuff going on. Now there's another rate increase. I want to kind of get the folks in who are looking at the technologies now, because as that rate increases, I'm going to get bombed with a bunch of people who are trying to do it kind of after the fact. So get ahead of the ball. There is a rate increase coming, and hey, you work with our expert team. I wanted you to kind of meet some of the folks and see our process and understand why we're so passionate about what we're doing. And the only thing I ask for all of us is that we just want a testimonial. We just want to hear from you what you do with the savings, or, you know, that's what really just drives us on. And so to hear Brittany as an example tell us about her whole shop, you know, her whole shop, they all love Facepay because they got medical for free. So I mean, awesome stuff. Oops, I see a chat here. Let me see. Any other questions?
Yeah, Todd, I just put the sign up link in there just to finalize that has the contract page if anybody wants to go through. But I know Todd and Jess are going to be accessible. Once you get through with those guys, most likely I'll be the one that's training you and kind of working through how it would work for your business. And like Todd said, we're very passionate about this, about saving you guys some money, and just love to work with you all. I know Jess and Todd and all my team on the customer success side would just love to do. I see Frankie's responding to a lot of the messages in the chat. Frankie, good job. And just would love to work with you all. So a link is in there. If you need anything, you can reach out to the three of us. So
no, too, we have some educational webinars that are coming up. We have one we're going to announce here. I think it's the 9th, February 9th, something to that effect. It's going to be around, I believe it's going to be around rewards. I also have one that looks like it's coming up over the next couple months. We'll get that in, which is going to be on succession planning. And actually, I'm going to have somebody on who actually writes all the wills and all the stuff, all the legal paperwork that goes on with, you know, even looking at selling a business and some things that go on there. So for this one today, you know, thank you. You guys asked for it, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't just keep doing educational webinars and never showing you what Facepay, you know, does. So please reach out. It's going to take me 20 seconds to get you registered into the family, and let's get you up and running and, you know, save money today. You know, kind of leave with this is they always say there's no free lunch. If you really think about it, I want you to just take cash out, just staple it to the repair order. Okay. Look at your repair orders today. Look at one of the next big repair orders that happen and think of what that charge is. Okay. And just cash, staple it. So I was in a shop, I put my Facepay charge through, and the gentleman at the shop looked at me and said, wow. He goes, I just saved $62 with your one charge. It was pretty big. I had a pretty major repair. So, and I looked and I said, you know what? Could you buy everybody a decent lunch for $42? I mean, all right, you know? And he said, I could. And I said, so I'm one person, one repair order, and that every day could buy lunch for the whole shop. There is free lunch. It's just being taken. Your free lunch is being taken by the credit card processors. And guess what? They're going to increase the rates, and they're going to take more of your free lunch. So let's team up on them. Let's team up on them. Awesome, you guys. Let's double check here.
I'm just trying to respond to a couple of these. I just responded to Jody and Chris. Chris, let's connect after the call. If you want me to do an extra training for you and your team, I'm happy to do so. But everything's already in place for you. We can just walk you through the new stuff. And then I answered Jody. We get that a lot. There's nothing to do with face payments, right? It's we get that a lot. So
yeah,
it's all to do. Relational payments is kind of what we're pushing, that face-to-face payment where you can have a conversation with your customer versus having to talk everything about accepting payment. The payment's already processed, it's already done. You can have a chat about family and things like that. So
great question. Great question. I see. Thank you guys for all the questions. Everybody be safe out there, and look forward to working with you guys in the Facepay family. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.